So guys, welcome to episode number 1 of season number 2 here in the FIFA 16 Barcelona career mode. Guys, make sure you go drop a like rating right now. Can we smash over 500 likes? Yes, 500 likes for the beginning of season number 2 of the FIFA 16 Barcelona career mode. Obviously, we're in a new transfer window. Let me know in the comment section on players you want me to sign throughout this season, the second season, during the transfer window in this Barcelona career mode. And make sure you also click that subscribe button if you are new around here. So the first thing that we're going to be doing for season number 2, I'm actually going to be loan listing and transfer listing a few players. You guys can see some players that I won't be using throughout this second season. They're going to be out on loan, or they are just going to, or they are just going to be sold. Hopefully, we have £80 million in the transfer budget. Yes, 80 million pounds, and we are continuing where we did leave off in the first season. If you guys did miss the first season of this career mode series, there will be a full series playlist link down below in the description. Go check it out, because what a season it was. Season number 1 of the Barcelona career mode. If you did miss it, I'm going to give you guys a little summary. We did win the La Liga title. We won the Champions League, but there were a few things that we did miss out on. Sadly, we did lose in the Spanish Cup final. That was a 2-1 loss against Sevilla, and we did lose the pre-season tournament on penalties against Borussia Dortmund. And talking about pre-season tournaments, I'm going to head into one. It is going to be the Asian Elite Cup, and the Asian Elite Cup is the pre-season tournament that we are going to be doing for season number 2 of this career mode series. You guys can see there was one player, one individual that I did go and try and sign straight out, and at the end of season number 1, there was the left back position, Jordi Alba, starting 11 left back. He was actually struggling quite a lot at the end of the season. Actually, in the Spanish Cup final, he was, I don't want to say put all the blame on him, but he was a solid reason why we did lose that game. He was out of position a lot, and that is why I'm going to look to sign Ricardo Rodriguez from the German club Wolfsburg, and we're going to look to sign him and maybe bring him in this Barcelona team. And obviously, guys, if you have any transfer suggestions for me, any players that you think that could come into this Barcelona side and could be a good fit, make sure to drop it down in the comment section down below. And I do take all your transfer suggestions into consideration. So you guys can see that Wolfsburg are not too happy with my transfer sum, and I am also attaching a player to that transfer. So I really do want to sign Ricardo Rodriguez. I really feel like he'll be a good fit here at Barcelona. I did sign him back in FIFA 15 during my Manchester United career mode. He was a very solid player, and that is why I'm going to try and look to buy him. I really want him to be the first signing for the second season here at Barcelona. So you guys can see we're actually heading into our first pre-season friendly game in this Asian Elite Cup, and I am not going to be playing it. At the start of season number 1, I did play all my pre-season tournament games, but I am just going to simulate them for this Asian Elite Cup for this second season. I'm going to simulate all the games. If we do make it to the final, that is when I will be playing it. So I'm going to simulate all the games. If we do make it to the final, that'll be even better, which means that I will play it. But if we don't make it to the final, and say we get knocked out in the round of in the semi-final, then that'll be it for pre-season. You guys can see that Bayern Munich do come with a £31.5 million offer to bring back Murray Götze back to Bayern Munich that I am just going to reject. And Juventus come with a £30 million offer for Gerard Piqué. £30 million for Piqué, is a really big offer. I was, should I accept it? That'll bring our transfer budget up to £110 million. But I did just flat out reject it and disallow future offers. And the one position that I am looking to bring in another star player is the left wing position. I had a lot of you guys in the comment section during season number 1 asking me to bring in another left winger, because the only left winger at the moment at the club that we do have is Neymar. And during season number 1, Sandro was actually out on loan, but Sandro is back at the club. He can also play on the left wing, but I do want to bring in another left winger, a solid starting 11 left winger, and we're going to look to try and sign Ricardo Rodriguez as Wolfsburg do accept my transfer offer. And attached to the transfer offer was our young central attacking midfielder that we did sign for season number 1. He was from Athletic Bilbao. We did sign him into the club. He had a very disappointing first season at Barcelona, and I am going to let him go as we're going to look to bring in Ricardo Rodriguez. And Stefan El Shaarawy was my first preference for the left wing position. My second preference was Marco Reus at Borussia Dortmund, the 27-year-old, 87 overall. We're going to put in a £40 million bid in for Marco Reus, hoping that Dortmund will accept that and we can bring in Marco Reus into the club. Just imagine that, guys. Marco Reus joining the club, and that's just another player to join our star-studded squad. You guys can see that we are coming up against Chelsea in the second pre-season tournament game. This game is actually level at 1-1 in the second half. Pushing on into the second half, it's Sergio Roberto who actually picks up a goal in the 72nd minute to win us this game. So the game is gone to Chelsea 1, Barcelona 2. And after 2 games, we're actually sitting first in our group. Second is Inter Milan, and just outside is Chelsea, but they are on level points with Inter. So we're doing very well so far in the pre-season tournaments. Obviously, it's just a real tournament, a competition to give us a little bit more money, as Everton come with a £4.9 million bid in for Alexander Song, and this man was on loan during season number 1. So I actually do accept their £4.9 million offer, as Ricardo Rodriguez is the first signing for season number 2 of the Barcelona crew, mate. Welcome to Barcelona, Rodriguez, the 84 overall, and you guys can see stats, a lot of stats in the light green, dark green, even in his skill attributes, a lot in the dark green and the light green, which is awesome to see. And let's hope that he can come in, he can make a big impact. And as I did say, for season number 1, there were a few signings that I did make that turned out to be a bit of a flops. The player that did just get sold, obviously that was a part of the deal for Ricardo Rodriguez, the central attacking midfielder. He was a bit of a flop. A bit of a flop was also Nainggolan. Nainggolan did come into the club during the January transfer window. He didn't actually have the influence that I thought he was going to have. So Nainggolan at the moment, if a club does come with the offer for Nainggolan, I'm willing to accept it, depending on obviously how much it is. As we are looking to bring in Marco Reus into the club, we've almost done the deal. We're now doing the contract offer, as Borussia Dortmund do accept my £45 million bid for Marco Reus. Now we're going to be doing the contract. We're going to give him 3 years. We're going to make him a crucial first team player. And this is where it gets very tricky, guys, because we have a lot of players, especially in our attack, that are crucial first team players, as obviously Alexander Song does get sold to Everton for £4.9 million. So as I was saying, we have a lot of players at the moment who are in their contract is crucial first team players. So it is going to be quite difficult for me for the second season to try and keep all those players happy, which means that almost every second game I'm going to look to change up my lineup. I really do have to change my squad, doing a lot of substitutions and changing my starting 11 almost every single game to make sure that those players are happy here at the club. As we do have the Asian Elite Cup final, Chelsea versus Barcelona, which means I will be playing that game. And just before we head into that game, Marco Reus has signed for the club. Welcome Marco Reus to Barcelona. He's the second signing already for this transfer window. And what an episode it has been, guys. We've already signed 2 players. We're going to be playing the pre-season tournament final. Wow, what an episode it has been. 2 signings and a pre-season tournament final already for season number 2 of this career mode series. So you guys can see, obviously, Marco Reus, he's a beast player. He's got a lot of good stats. Light green, dark green, 4-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot. It's what I would want in a player, and he is signed for the club. So we have an insane squad at the moment, guys. Before we actually head into the league season, after the transfer window, I am going to be showing you guys my strongest starting 11 at the club, and you can say my rotation squad and everything, so you guys know my main starting 11 and the obviously the other squads that I do use when players are a bit on low fitness. So heading into this final against Chelsea, as I did say before, we did head into the pre-season tournament final for season number 1, and sadly we did lose on penalties 5-4 against Borussia Dortmund. So we're looking for a little bit of payback. We want to pick up our first pre-season tournament trophy for this crewmate series. You guys can see my lineup for this game is a really strong lineup. Sergi Sampa, let's hope that he can continue. We did leave off for season number 1. We all know the likes of Sergio Roberto, Sergi Sampa had insane seasons for season number 1. They had an insane season. Obviously, Sergi Sampa actually breaking into the starting 11 over Nainggolan. And it's also Marco Reus who will be starting his debut for the club. He'll be starting out on the left wing. And talking about Marco Reus, he does do well to cut inside here. He plays it to Mario Götze. And after 25 minutes, just like that, guys, we've already taken a 1-0 advantage. Mario Götze does give us the 1-0 lead. And after 25 minutes, as I did say, it's Chelsea 0, Barcelona 1, and Mario Götze with a fantastic finish there. He did very well when we did sign him. I think it was during the January transfer window when we did sign Mario Götze, and he did come in and he did play very well for the club. As in the 36th minute, we play the ball to Andres Iniesta, who unleashes a strike from about 30 yards out. And just like that, after 37 minutes, Iniesta has put the ball into the back of the net. Chelsea 0, Barcelona 2. We're now 2-0 in the lead, and this game is all smooth sailing at the moment. Iniesta with a fantastic goal, and you guys probably saw from the actual highlight that Courtois should have done way better there. You guys can also see from the replays that it should have been an easy save for Courtois. Somehow, he sort of got confused. He sort of got jumbled up there as he did jump to punch that one. And we're now 2-0 in the lead over Chelsea. And this game, at the moment, this current moment in the 37th minute, is looking like we're going to run away with the game. And we are going to pick up this trophy already. After episode number 1, we're all going to be lifting up a trophy. Continuing where we did leave off after season number 1. As in the 70th minute, it's Diego Costa with the chance for Chelsea. As his shot is put wide, and that was the chance for Chelsea to get back into this game, make it 2-1, maybe a late equaliser, make it 2-2. Just imagine that, guys. Chelsea, after being 2-0 down, coming back and leveling this game at 2-2 will be a bit heartbreaking for us. And as I did say, Chelsea getting a goal back will make this game, you can say, game on again, and really put themselves back into this game. And they are going to have a golden chance to do that. In the 76th minute, Chelsea are awarded a penalty, and from this penalty, it's going to be Eden Hazard up against ter Stegen. Hazard is going to go right down the middle as I went to the left with ter Stegen. In the 78th minute, Chelsea 1, Barcelona 2, and it is game on here in this final. After being 2-0 up, being very comfortable throughout this game, Chelsea are almost going to make it 2-2, and as I did say, we were so comfortable in the lead, 2-0 in the lead, and Chelsea had a great chance in the 86th minute to make it 2-2, but they are denied by the post. And in the 90th minute, it's the Brazilian Ramirez on the ball. Ramirez is on the ball, looking to do a few skill moves. Plays it wide to Ivanovic, who plays it back to Ramirez. Ivanovic receives the ball again as he plays it to Willian. He takes a shot. He's denied again by the post. The rebound falls to Loic Remy. And in the 90th minute, it's Chelsea 2, Barcelona 2. And in the space of 20 minutes, Chelsea have picked up 2 goals to make this game go into penalties. That is correct. At full time, it's going to end Chelsea 2, Barcelona 2, after we were leading 2-0 for about 40, a solid 40 minutes. We were leading Chelsea 2-0, and just like that at the end, we didn't play well in the last 20 minutes, and we got punished by conceding 2 goals. So from that, we are going to go into penalties, and the last time we were in penalties, obviously in pre-season, we did lose the season number 1 pre-season tournament final on penalties against Dortmund. So we have been here before, and sadly we did lose. As Chelsea did convert their first penalty, we were denied with our first penalty. Marco Reus was denied by Courtois. As it's Cesc Fabregas who's going to step up to take this one, and the Spaniard is going to hit that one right up into the crossbar, which makes it Chelsea 1-0 in the lead. But Luis Suarez is going to score his penalty, and he's going to level it at 1-1, resulting in that Remy, who did score the second goal for Chelsea, has the chance to pick up a penalty for himself. It's Remy who takes the penalty, goes right down the middle. It's now 2-1 to Chelsea. Ricardo Rodriguez, on his debut for the club, is going to score his penalty by sending Courtois the wrong way. A very nice tucked penalty there from Rodriguez. As it's Nemanja Matic who steps up with his penalty, and he puts that one way off target, resulting in that Messi has the penalty to put ourselves 3-2 in the lead, and he just does do that. Courtois dived the right way, but just couldn't get to that ball. From this, Ramirez is going to step up to take this penalty for Chelsea. He misses, Chelsea lose. We will be crowned the champions. He scores, then we'll have our chance to win ourselves this game. Ramirez goes with the little chip to Steigen, guesses the wrong way. The game is going to end 2-2 at full time, but it's going to end 3-2 on penalties, and we have picked up our first piece of silverware for season number 2. A little bit of payback. We were here before. For season number 1, we were in the pre-season tournament final. It went to penalties against Dortmund, as I did mention before. Sadly, we lost that one, but we got a bit of payback by winning this one. We defeat Chelsea 3-2 on penalties, and wow, what a first episode it has been for season number 2 of the Barcelona career mode. Picking up 2-star signings. Ricardo Rodriguez and Marco Reus have signed for the club, and already picking ourselves up our first piece of silverware. Guys, if you did enjoy this video, make sure you go show your support by dropping a like rating. Make sure to drop a comment down below that I can respond to, and make sure you also click that subscribe button if you are new around here. What a way to start off season number 2. It has already started off with a bang. Don't miss the next episode, and I'll see you all on my next video.